Good morning. Welcome back to my channel Economics at Your Home. Student, we were studying measurement of national income, chapter 4 of macroeconomics, and we have covered value added method, all its steps, precautionary measures, double counting, how to avoid double counting. Now we are going to see second step or second way of measuring of national income, that is income method. So let us move ahead with the topic. Study income method. What is income method? As the word itself implies income, that means according to this method all the incomes that accrue to the factors of production by way of wages, profit, rent, interest, etc. are summed up to obtain the national income. So in this income method, what happened, that all the income which is earned by factors of production in the form of wages, profit, rent, interest, that all are summed up and national income is obtained. Method is also known as distributive share method or factor payment method. As you can see, it is written here, income method is also known as distributive share method or factor payment method. Though it is not asked in exam, but just for general awareness you must remember that it is known as factor payment method as well as distributive share method. Now we are going to see components of factor income. In order to obtain national income, one must know what are the various components of factor income. So let us see. Compensation of employees. Compensation of employees refers to the amount paid by employees by employer for rendering productive services. Hence, COE refers to amount paid to employees by employer for rendering productive services. That means this is the amount which is paid to employees by employer for rendering some productive services. So it includes all the payments and benefits which employees receive directly or indirectly from the employer. So basically it consists of three elements: wages and salaries in cash, wages and salaries in kind, and employer's contribution to social security scheme, that is employees contribution to SSS. Okay, social security scheme. What is social security scheme? Government provides some social security schemes to people such as gratuity, labor welfare fund. These are the some social schemes which are given to people for welfare. Okay, now rent and royalty. Rent is a part of national income which arises from ownership of land and building. You all know what is rent, what is actual rent and imputed rent. Imputed rent we have already discussed while teaching value added method, and actual rent, you know, which you paid out to landlord, which you give to your landlords. Okay, if someone is tenant or do not own his own house, is living some in someone else's house, so he pays some portion of the money, that is known as rent. Royalty refers to the income received for granting leasing rights of subsoil assets. Okay, this is basically happens with the owners of mineral deposit like coal, iron ore, natural gas, etc. They can earn income by giving rights of mining to the contractors. This what happens, they give some their land, or they grant leasing right to people to use their asset, that is known as royalty. Interest, you all know what is interest. It refers to the amount received for lending funds to a production unit. Okay, interest is earned, or it is the amount which is received for lending funds to a production unit. What is profit? Profit, you all know, it's a reward of an entrepreneur for his work or for his contribution to the production of goods and services. So basically these are the items which are included or is a component of, basically components of income method. Now profit is also in different forms such as corporate tax. So what is corporate tax? Corporate tax is actually a direct tax paid by enterprises to the government on the profit earned by it. Okay, such as profit tax or business tax. So this is a tax which is paid by any enterprises to the government if they earn total profit. Okay, on the total profit earned by it, so they pay some taxes. This is known as corporate tax. Next, we have seen that corporate tax is a part of profit. Again, dividend is also a part of profit. It refers to the part of profit which is paid to the shareholders in the ratio of their shareholding. So dividend is that amount, or you can say it is a distributed profit which is given to the shareholders in the ratio of their shareholding. Retained earning, it is generally known as reserved or surplus, or it is known as undistributed profit, because it is that part of profit which is kept as reserve to meet unexpected contingencies or for business expansion. Retained earning is that part of profit which are kept as reserve to meet unexpected contingencies. Like for example, in future certain things may come up, so this amount is retained for meeting such contingencies or some for business expansion. So in short, we can say profit is equal to corporate tax plus dividend plus retained earning. You can see, students, it's written here, profit is equal to corporate tax, dividend plus retained earning. That means if this three is given, then it is equal to profit, or any two is given is equal to profit, or any one is given is equal to profit. But if profit is given and all those three things are given, so we need not to calculate profit because profit is already given. Okay, now we'll see operating surplus. What is operating surplus? Actually, we have studied so many components right now, so this is divided into two. One, we have studied of employees. Next, we have operating surplus. Operating surplus refers to the sum total of income from property and income from entrepreneurship. That is rent plus royalty plus interest plus profit is equal to operating surplus. So students, keep in mind that while calculating national income by income method, it is one of the simplest method. First of all, let me tell you of calculation of national income, because you have to remember few components only which are to be added or included while calculating national income. So what are they? First, we have studied compensation of employees. If compensation of employees is given, you will directly add. But compensation of employees has three main components. Sometimes the word compensation of employees is missing while calculating national income. So in that case, we add all three components or whatever component is given to calculate compensation of employees. So compensation of employees has three components: wages and salaries in cash. Once again, I am repeating, wages and salaries in cash, wages and salaries in kind, employers contribution to social security scheme. That is compensation of employees. Compensation of employees plus operating surplus. Operating surplus is what? Operating surplus is equal to rent plus royalty plus interest plus profit. If the word operating surplus is given, you will directly add operating surplus, you will write there. But if operating surplus is not given, you have to calculate operating surplus by adding these four: rent, royalty, interest and profit. Next is mixed income. What is mixed income? Mixed income is such income generated by own account workers, such as like farmers are there, barbers are there, many unincorporated enterprises are there. They are not running on that huge scale or large scale. They are like retail trades or small shopkeepers, etc. So this all is counted mixed income, such as income of a doctor running a clinic at his residence, barber shops, okay, saloons, farmers. So these all comes under, their income comes under mixed income. Hence, national income can be calculated by income method as: first, you have to add compensation of employees, second, operating surplus, third, mixed income. So this three is equal to national income, and we have studied their components as well. If this three is not there, so we have to calculate it by adding their components. This what income method. Okay, and what is to be added while calculating national income. Hope it is clear to you all. Go through the textbook, read the lines, it will be more clear to you all. This is, students, domestic income. When you add all these things, so what output you get? You get domestic income. Okay, compensation of employees plus operating surplus plus mixed income is equal to NDPFC, domestic income. What you get? Domestic income. Compensation of employees, it also has three parts. You have studied wages and salaries in cash, wages and salaries in kind, employers contribution to social security scheme. These three components will lead to compensation of employees. Rent and royalty plus interest plus profit is equal to operating surplus, and plus mixed income is what give domestic income, NDPFC. Now let us see steps of income method. Though you have studied the step, same we are going to see here. Identify and classify the production units. First of all the producing enterprises with various factors of production are identified and classified into primary, secondary and tertiary sector. Okay, then what? Estimate the factor income paid by each sector. Factor income, we have studied all these factor incomes. Compensation of employees plus this four, this is what? Your operating surplus. Oh yes, Okay, so compensation of employees plus OS plus mixed income give domestic income. You will calculate domestic income by adding all these three. Now domestic income you have to calculate national income. So national income from NDPFC we have to go on N. हमें D से N पे आना है, ठीक है. From D we have to reach to N. So you all know we have to add NFYA in order to get national. So estimate net factor income from abroad to arrive national income. So in the final step, we have to add NFIA to domestic income in order to get national income. So hope this is clear to you all. Income method is clear. Now we'll proceed. Let us see precautions of income method. While calculating national income by income method, we have to consider certain precautions. So what are the transfer income? Yes, I talked about transfer income. You all remember what is transfer income? We have studied this concept, transfer income, factor income. Factor income is those income which you earn by doing any productive services, by rendering any productive services. But transfer income is an income which you earn like that, means do not do any productive services and you get. For example, scholarship, donation, old age pension, these are not included in national income. That means transfer income should not be included in national income. Income from sale of second hand goods will not be included. Why? Because its original value has already been counted. Okay, if you add, then it will lead to double counting. We have studied double counting concept, you remember students, in the last video. Sale of shares, bonds and debentures will not be included, as such transactions do not contribute to current flow of goods and services. They do not lead to any flow of goods and services, so these are not to be included. Okay, but if there is any commission or brokerage on such financial assets, so it is productive service, so hence it will be included. Windfall gain, that is by luck if you get something, so that is not productive activity. You haven't done any productive activity, you haven't done any work for it. You get income from lottery just like that, you didn't sweat or you work for that, so that is windfall gain, that is not to be included. Imputed value of services provided by owners of factors of production will be included. We have studied what is imputed value of owner and what is meaning of imputed value in our last video, so this is to be included. Payment out of post savings are not included, students, always remember, because they are paid out of wealth or post savings and do not add to current flow of goods and services, because these payments do not lead to current flow of goods and services. And what are these payments? Such as gift tax, interest tax, so these are not to be included in national income while calculating national income by income method.